Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Exercise 1.3, question number 3, and the key formula for solving these questions is limit when theta tends to 0, sine theta divided by theta equals to 1, provided we are measuring the theta in radians. The most important thing to remember in this formula is that whatever the angle inside sine has to be the angle below sine. Okay, the angle here, the value here and the value here, they must be the same. Only then we can write that this limit is equal to 1. Let's get to part 1. Limit when x tends to 0, sine 7x divided by x. What do we observe? That if we apply directly x equals to 0, this is 0 by 0 form. And you see, here we have 7x and here we have x. So we cannot apply the result directly. So what we are going to do? We are going to make some substitution. Put theta is equal to 7x. Then x becomes theta by 7. And what do? We apply limits here. In place of 7x we put theta, in place of x we put theta by 7, and we observe that as x tends to 0, theta also tends to 0. As x tends to 0, theta tends to 0, so we put the limit when theta tends to 0. And now this 7, it can be written here, you can see like that, and we can apply the limit on it. Now limit when theta tends to 0, sine theta by theta, we can write this result equal to 1 now, and we got the result 1 into 7 equals to 7, and that is the answer. Part 2. Limit when x tends to 0, sine x degree divided by x. Now first observation, this angle is in degrees and this angle is in radians. So first of all we are going to convert this degrees into radians. So we put x degree is equal to x into pi by 180 radians. This is it. And now we are going to make some substitution. Put x into pi by 180 equals to theta. Then x becomes theta into 180 by pi. X becomes theta into 180 divided by pi. Here it is. And we observe as x tends to 0, theta also tends to 0. So we apply these, we make these substitutions here. In place of x into pi by 180, we put theta. In place of x, we put theta into 180 by pi, and limit when x tends to 0 changes to limit when theta tends to 0. And now we will write this 180 by pi here, and it will take the shape into pi by 180, and we can apply the limit on it, and this whole limit becomes 1, and our answer is pi by 180. Part 3. Limit when theta tends to 0. 1 minus cos theta divided by sin theta. We observe that if we apply the limit directly, we are going to get 0 by 0 form, which is not defined. So what we are going to do? We are going to multiply and divide by 1 plus cos theta. So we see just like that, this 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta becomes 1 minus cos square theta, and in the next step we are going to write it as sin square theta. Now one of the sin square got cancelled by this sign, and now you can apply the limit because 0 by 0 form is no more there. When we apply the limit, apply the limit on sin theta, we apply the limit on 1 plus cos theta, and as a result this becomes 0 and this becomes 1 plus 1 because cos 0 equals to 1, or limit when theta tends to 0 of cos theta equals to 1. So this becomes 0 into 1 by 2 equals to 0, which is the answer. Let's get to part 4. Limit when x tends to pi, sin x by pi minus x. We simply observe if we put directly x equals to pi in it, we are going to get 0 by 0 form. So what we are going to do? We are going to make substitution. Put pi minus x equals to theta. So x becomes pi minus theta, and as x tends to pi, limit when x tends to pi was given. So as x tends to pi, theta tends to 0. You can see when x is pi, theta becomes 0. So what changes are made here? Limit when x tends to pi is changed by limit when theta tends to 0. X is substituted by pi minus theta, and pi minus x is written equal to theta. Now we have learned allied angles in class first year. From that result, we know that sine pi minus theta equals to sine theta. Using sine pi minus theta equals to sine theta. And now you can write the limit. This limit is equal to 1. Part 5. Limit when x tends to 0, sine ax divided by sine bx. We observe that it is in the 0 by 0 form. So we multiply and divide by ax and bx. That is, we multiply and divide by ax and we multiply and divide by bx. Now what we are going to do, we will write this ax under this sine ax and this bx above this sine bx and the remaining ax and bx together. You can see it like this. Now we observe as x tends to 0, ax tends to 0 and bx tends to 0. So we are going to apply the limits upon this and here this x can't cancel. We will have only a by b here and we will apply the limit upon it. Now what do? We write the limit directly to this, directly with this. We write it as 1 by sine bx divided by b and apply the limit when x tends to 0. And here we have a by b, we apply the limit when x tends to 0. Now as x tends to 0, ax tends to 0, so this limit becomes 1. As x tends to 0, bx tends to 0, so this limit becomes 1. And limit when x tends to 0 of a by b is a by b because it does not have any x in it, so it will not be affected by the limit and we get this result. This is 1, this is 1 by 1 and this is a by b, so our final answer is a by b. Let's get to part 6, limit when x tends to 0, x by tan x. What we are going to do here, we observe that it is in 0 by 0 form, so which is not defined. So we go for this, that we convert this tan into sine by cos. So then in the next step we can write it as x by sine x into cos x. And then it can be written as 1 by sine x divided by x. And now we apply the limit. We'll apply the limit on it and we apply the limit here. And what is the result? This limit becomes 1. This limit is cos of 0 which is equal to 1. And our answer is 1 by 1 into 1 equals to 1. And that's the result. Let's get to part 7. Limit when x tends to 0. 1 minus cos 2x divided by x square. Now what do we observe? That it is in 0 by 0 form. We apply the formula, the double angle identity. 1 minus cos 2x equals to 2 sine square x. It is the double angle, it is the half angle identity. 1 minus cos 2x equals to 2 sine square x. So just put 2 sine square x here. You will write it like this. And now we can bring this 2 outside. And then we can write this sine x by x, sine square x by sine square x by x square as sine x by x whole square. You can also write this 2 outside and you may keep it inside. It won't make any difference. So yeah, here you can see I have brought this 2 outside the limit and limit comes inside it. This limit is equal to 1. So I get the result 2 into 1 square equals to 2 into 1 equals to 2 and that completes the result.